Hey guys, it's Tortimer the Grey welcoming you back to another exciting episode of Minecraft. Today we're starting off with a beautiful sunset and a little bit of mass murder. Look at all these freaking chickens, man. This thing is out of control. I mean, this is a couple of rounds of me emptying the chest down there that was full of eggs and shooting them up here and just letting it go. But I mean, this is just... I've got the sound turned down. Give me 1 second. Let me turn the sound... They've changed the way these sounds work, so I want to turn on friendly creatures. Let's just see the kind of madness that these chickens can... you still can't even really hear them. Hold on 1 second. I've got my master volume turned down, so let me turn this up just a little bit. Let's see how... This is going to be bad. No, it's not. You get that loud crackling, but I think is probably happening is that I've seen this happen on people's videos before. There's so many chickens that the sound clips actually like overwrite each other, or they just kind of like cancel each other out, and so you really don't get. Once you get to a certain level, it actually is better. All right, so that works. Turn friendly creatures back down a little bit. Hostile creatures up. All right, so back to game. So let's quickly take care of this for a second. Oh gosh. Got knocked in that time. That usually doesn't happen. Oh my gosh. We had 11 levels at the beginning. Let's see. I have no idea. I should have F3'd and see how many chickens we had. And that one damage potion didn't do a whole lot. But let's just see. I wonder if I go down, if I'll still get the experience orbs. Looks like it. We might get to 30 levels here. No, to 24. So we got, what's that, 13 levels? That's crazy. Alright, let me throw this stuff into the chests. You start making arrows or something with this stuff. This chest is full, so there's nothing ended up in those hoppers. We got everything, I think, so... Yeah, look how many chickens are still left. I thought I should grab 2, but I didn't want to waste... them. Okay. That's not what we're looking to do today, though. Today, as I mentioned last episode, we had some luck finding some donkeys, and we're not really set up real well. We had 2 little stalls here on this little hillside here, which I've expanded out a bit. I flattened this out a little. Well, didn't flatten it out, but just expanded it. Had 2 little stalls up here. Really only had capacity for holding 4 horses total. And so, since I got 3 donkeys, I figured, well, we should make a stable. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make a stable. It's even more necessary because I was busy between last episode and this episode. I went and tried to find those blonde horses. And it took me a couple of tries. I ended up finding a gray horse, this gray painted horse here, which I think is awesome looking. Look at that guy. And I found a couple of white horses too. And then I did end up finding these blonde ones that we had seen a couple episodes ago. So, yeah, we've got a ton of horses now. This brown guy, we already had him. My 2 saddled and armored horses are down in the cow pen right now. But yeah, so took a long time, did some exploring, but I found a ton of horses now. So that's pretty awesome. We will probably, at the end of this episode, do a little bit of testing with some of these guys, figure out who's the best of all these horses, and who we should use. But to start off, we are going to be doing building. We are going to do some building, and it's going to be awesome. So, actually, to start, I just realized I forgot to grab a necessary tool for this. Fluffy, girl, no, you frisky little fluffer. Where are you going? Fluffy. Bad sheep. We gotta find a better place for Fluffy, too. She might get a stall in the stable here. Haven't really decided yet. There's a good girl. Because keeping her in the house like this isn't great. We need to have her somewhere just where she's contained and she can wander around, because these leashes are terrible. Okay, so I need a pair of shears. That's what I want. Alright. Fluffy, you say chicken? No. Well, forget it. So yeah, I've kind of blocked off the size of the stable here with these trees. I threw down some saplings in the corner, because I'm going to be doing kind of a similar style to the house with my stable, so I figured free materials there, and it could mark the corners. So I threw some saplings down, they grew, and it works out because the corners are going to kind of be this same kind of log thing. So not really evolving my style a whole lot here, but I figured for the homestead I want to keep things kind of similar, so it all feels like it goes together. Come on now. Well, we'll have to get that other one later. So yeah, I want to get the leaves off of this, and then we will get going. So yeah, I built this in, after last episode I spent some time in my creative world, kind of tinkering with designs. I think I really like what I came up with. I hope you guys will too. It's not real well, I mean, it's design. Ooh, my shears just broke. That stinks. So design-wise, it's not you know, amazing. Well, no, I think it's kind of cool. Design-wise, visually, I think it's good. Don't really have any redstone built into it at this point. The close quarters I wanted to do with the stalls, I could have put some redstone in, and I might, but there was a much easier way to accomplish the door opening thing without doing fancy redstoning. So for the time being, I've left that out. Oh, you? No. Alright. Anyway, so I've left that out for the moment. But, okay, so, I'm going to use these leaves later for some landscaping, maybe. Let's see, I grabbed pretty much all my wood here. I don't know that we'll need it all. But let's just start out here. So, basically, we're going to have your standard stable. I think this one's going to have 9 stalls, which will be plenty. And I'm gonna, well, let's do the back here. That'll be the easiest way to do it. So let's see. I'm gonna do just your basic stable. This one's gonna have 3 entrances, one on either end here, and then one on the front. Don't need one on the back here because I'm never really on this side of the island. I haven't even really sheared my sheep in a while, so not really a necessity there. Gosh darn it. But yeah, so we're gonna have 3 entrances. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead. Well, let's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna try and. Okay, perfect. But actually, this one needs to go. This one needs to go. I'm gonna do a nice big grand entrance here. Alright, perfect. We'll do the same thing over here. So we need 1, 2, 3, and then another one there. 1, 2, 3, and then another one there. And then on the front side here, we've got this one's gonna jut out a little bit, but I don't really. This is something I added kind of last minute. I did the initial design without the, and when I rebuilt up this platform, I didn't really do a very good job of lighting things back up. So maybe we may throw some torches down real quick. So I added the front entrance at a later date. So let me see. I want it kind of. It's right in the middle. So this is 21, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So yeah, 21 long. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess that should be the center. Well, it's indicating the center. This is the center. So that's a 3 wide entrance. Most of these are 4 wide. And I'm gonna do one of those. And one of these. Oh, so that kind of encroaches on my little crafting space here. That's alright. Because I think that's as far up as I need it. Alright, perfect. So I'm going to finish roughing in the frame here, and then we will pick back up and I will show you guys where else we're going to take this. So I will see you guys in just a second. Alright, see you guys in a second. Alright, didn't really need to do that. Ooh, we've got a purple sheep escaping, don't we? I didn't really need to do that off camera, except for that I kind of forgot what I was, I forgot to pull up a schematic of what I was doing. So I needed to stop and pull that up. But, yeah, so we've got the basic layout of our frame here. Let me need to put this here. And there. Okay, so let's grab these stairs for the moment, and we need this glass. Controls feel a little weird all of a sudden. Alright, so let's just do 2 of those for now. Okay, I was going to let the sheep be, but if he's going to be bouncing around in here, yeah, can't have that. So let's, and I think I have, well, I'll just throw this in for now. Alright, so in order for this to not be an overly just bland looking project, I've got, instead of just using basic wood slabs, I'm going to be using the stairs here to put a little bit of texture into the, ooh, that didn't work very well. A little bit of texture into the build. And so basically what we're going to do, so we'll do this, just get a little bit of texture. And so this is going to be the same all the way around. Alright, and then on top of that, let me get my, let's do this, because I'm going to need that dirt probably at some point. And then we're going to have glass, and I'm just using regular glass. I thought about messing with dyed glass, but I couldn't justify it. I didn't really have a need to do that. I couldn't find one that looked better than the regular glass in this instance, so just using regular glass planes. Panes, not planes. A glass plane would probably be well, it could be awesome, I guess. Get to see everything that's around you. But so we're going to do the same. Oop, and I do need my logs back. I guess we'll put that shovel up for now. Put these in here. There we are. There we go. Alright. So we've got this basic design in, and I'm not going to do all of these on camera because that would be boring, but I wanted to get enough in here that I could start roughing in what we're doing. So, and actually let's do this corner really quick just so I can do this whole side. There we go. Alright, so what we were going to do is we've got kind of with each of these dividers, we've got like a 3x3 area in here that we are going to utilize for our animals. So I need to move that torch. Oh, my controls are really screwy. Yikes. Alright, so we've got this. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So we're going to have, it's really weird. I'm not sure what's going on with my controls. So we're going to have 4 stalls on this side, like that. And let's see, we do need some regular planks. We're going to need regular planks on the inside here. There's no reason to use stairs as they're not double-sided. And do we have, nope, we need fences too. We'll grab our fences. And so in here, oop. Yikes, I'm not sure what's going on with my controls at the moment. That I may do some textured ones here, but for now we'll just do planks. That right there. Okay, that looks good. Just because I'm doing the full wall mainly because I don't want them to be able to jump up here, because what I'm going to do up here then is I'm going to put in some fence, mainly just for aesthetics. And actually I need, hopefully we won't have to chop anything down, so we won't be making many misclicks, but put this here, do both of these. So we're going to have, that's the actual height. Alright, and so we've got then fences we're putting in here, just for kind of a barny sort of look. I think it just adds some texture as opposed to putting a full walls, but we've got these here, has a little bit of visibility there. And then for these, for now, I'll just put the fences in here so we can just kind of see what we're doing. There we are. Alright, so that's the basic design of the stall. Just gives them a 3x3 internal space, which is plenty. I tried doing a smaller space to make this a little more compact, get a little bit more stalls in the footprint that I wanted to do. But in my creative world, when I was testing with horses, granted, I was just spawning horses in there in my creative world, but in the tests that I was doing, when I would spawn a horse into a, I guess maybe I was doing a 2x2 space. I think it was probably 2x3, but they were glitching into the walls and like every time I would spawn one in there, they'd glitch into the walls and die. And so that's not really, I don't want that to happen. So we're doing 3x3s, which will be fine. We'll be able to fit more than one horse in there, which will be better anyway. And yeah, so here, that's basically what we're doing. I'm gonna rough in the rest of these, and then we will get started on the rest of the exterior. So I will see you guys in just a second. Alright, so I've got all the stalls roughed in now. The first level's all done. So let me show you. My plan here is not for this to be purely a horse stable. That's what originally, I've got all these horses now. That's what originally spurred the thought of doing it. But what I really want to do, and this is kind of in prep for my next big build project too. But what I want to do is I'm going to dedicate these 4 stalls on this side to our other livestock. So pigs, sheep, and cows, as well as I'll probably put that little doghouse is ugly and it's going to be moved anyway because this house is going to get bigger at some point. So the 4th one will be the wolves, so I'll put Pongo and Perdita in here. Basically planning on just 2 of each animal for within the stable, basically just to protect my breeding stock. So if something happens to all my cows or all my pigs or sheep or wolves or for whatever reason, I've kind of got a backup breeding pair in here. Sorry about that. So basically just to protect my breeding stock, I figure I'll have a couple of each of those in here. And so then these 5 stalls then along the back side will all be horses. So for these front ones, crafted some fence gates during the break, put them in here. That's sufficient for them. For the horses, though, horses are too wide technically, so they can't fit through this open spot. So I can leave a space here. Obviously this isn't the prettiest, but I like it well enough. It's better than the alternative. I tried, on the other stables I had, pistons with a fence gate here, and so I tried doing that, but it just looked terrible. With the fence gate lowered, it looked stupid. With it raised, you could see the piston. It looked bad. I think aesthetically, this is probably the best way to go. So I can walk in here, but they can't get out. And then when I want to ride a horse out or ride it back in, I just open that, and then they can ride through no problem. And close it back up, and they're stuck. So that's what we're going to do. And so this is basically, I'm going to do some stuff with the floor here, but this is basically the design of it. We've got on the outside, I think it looks pretty nice. It blends well with the cabin over here too. Similar style and everything. I've got some plan for the next big project. I told you guys when I was building the auto furnace that I had a big build project in mind. So we were smelting some netherrack and some cobble and stuff for that. That project's going to deviate a little bit from this kind of woodsy, natural, rustic design. but not by... so it's going to deviate, and it's going to have a different design. But for this first one, since this one's right next to the house, I wanted it to kind of look the same. That looked a little plain, so I'm going to throw those there. So now, we've got basically the first level done. Let's now put on the roof. Let's see. I don't need fences anymore. Don't need these. Don't need glass. Probably still need... I don't need these. Let's grab this. I'm going to want the stairs. So pretty much same as on the other one. I'm going to be doing... let's grab these two. Spruce stairs for the roof. And so let's start this out here. Alright, do this. So basically, along this edge, it's going to be kind of... this is going to be... There we go. We'll go down here and do this. Oh, no, I guess we're not. Man, it's so much easier to do this kind of stuff in creative. And then I come in here to do it in survival, and it's a pain. So let's not start with that right now. So we've got this, and then basically we're going to do your regular build up to a peak. So this level is all this. And we'll do the basic stair step up. Because I think that looks the best when you're doing this kind of stuff. So again, over here, just to get the basic peak going. I've tried doing different elevations on roofs, and I haven't really found a good way of doing it with the stairs and the slabs. It doesn't look terrible. I would love to find another way, and I actually, on my next big build project, am going to do a slightly different roof on one portion. But yeah, there we go. So that's our peak. Let's get... Oop. Oh, you know, I was kind of proud of some of the other build episodes, but this one is kind of showing my colors again. I love building, but it's kind of hard to do on camera while you're talking, keeping in mind, you know, all the little details, and then also doing it in survival when you haven't before. So, ooh, need this. Alright, so this is what we're looking at here. Basic, you know, basic roof. Looks kind of cool. Going to be putting another window up in here. I think it's actually going to be right here. Ooh, don't want to take those logs out. So it'll be a 2x2 window there. But yeah, so I'll throw in the roof here. I'll get the whole roof on. Because I want to do some more detailing on the inside, and that'll be more interesting to you guys than watching me roof this building. So I will do the roof real quick, and then I will bring you guys back in for the grand finale, some minor tweaking, and getting the animals in here. So that will be awesome. I will see you guys in just a second. Alright guys, welcome back in. Finished up on pretty much the full structure here, so you can see we've got the nice little facade on out here. I think it looks pretty classy looking. Now I want to, with you guys, make the inside look just as well, because right now it's a pretty boring mixture of woods. I mean, it looks fine, it's not too bland, but I think that we can make it a lot better. So what we're going to start with, I'm going to throw a couple of ladders on here. Let's see if I have enough to do. Okay, I meant to make another 2, because I want to put some there as well. So basically what we've got up here, let's jump up here real quick. Basically we've got kind of like a hayloft sort of area up here. Nothing too exciting yet, right? So And it's you know, basically it's just dead space. I wanted to get the peak here, and that's how wide it was, so we ended up having this space. But most barns have kind of a hayloft. I wanted to leave it open as opposed to covering all this up, just so it wouldn't feel so claustrophobic in here. So what we're going to do in the roof here, though, in order to get us some lighting, just going to throw some glowstone in there. Not really worth going through the trouble, in my eyes, of making redstone torches, or lamps, I guess, redstone lamps. Really, I think, you know, in the creative world, I did these just chunks of glowstone, and I think that works out pretty well. It does a good job of lighting up above as well as in the stalls and on the inside here. So that works out pretty well. So we're going to throw these in here and all those, and then we're going to do, you can see I've got a bunch of hay here. In normal stables and barns, you see, you know, you use a lot of hay. So we're going to do that as well. Oop, I almost placed that glowstone on the floor. That would have been very disappointing. Although I've got something silk touch back in the house, so that wouldn't be so bad. So throw these in here right in the center of our little 3x3 stall. And okay, so now what we're gonna do is started saying that way too early. There we go. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to dig up the floor of all these stalls, and I'll do a couple of these here and then I'll finish them up. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough hay to do all the floors, and I've got some other stuff I want to do with some of this hay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have hay in all these stalls. It helps to break it up. You know, the bright yellow of the hay, it gives it some cool texture, as well as just it throws another color in here, which we're not really getting with without it. I think, you know, the green is fine, but I think I'm actually going to eliminate most of the grass in here. Instead, I'm going to go for this this hay look in the stalls, and then most stables I've been into either have a dirt floor or they've got, you know, some sort of poured concrete sort of floor. So we're going to do something similar here. Well, that's fine. We're going to be pulling out the floor here anyway in a second. So we'll just going to do this side with the hay for now. That's not right. I am in a deficit with hay at the moment. I've only got 47 stacks of this hay at the moment. I think I'm going to put that back just for now. So we will, we need to spend 10 more, or 9 more here, to get this side going, and then I'll do the rest of it off camera. Alright, so, there we go. Get the basic idea of what we're doing here. Purely aesthetic, but I think it looks kind of nice. So then what we want to do is, as we're walking through here, you know, up here looks kind of boring, but you know, we've got all this hay, so let's what I want to do is, this is kind of the hay loft area, so let's put some hay in it, shall we? We'll throw a couple of things just along here, and just a handful of, I don't want it to be too repetitive, but there's only so many different things I can do with this hay. So let's do this, and one of these, and one of those. Okay, so then as we walk through here, you'll be able to kind of see the hay up there, kind of like it's just stacked up there for storage. I think that's kind of neat. So we're going to do that over here as well. Let's put a big one there, and then a single one there. That'll be fine. And then up here we'll put another big one. Let's do that and then one of those. It's probably repetitive from over here. Oh, that works out okay. Alright, so cool. I may tweak that a little bit, but so then you've got kind of the hay up there. I think that looks kind of snazzy. And I've got a bunch left over, so I can do the rest of this floor too. But then, so let's, I'm also going to put some storage in here, so I think my current plan is so I'm going to put like sheep and cows here, and then I'm going to put a chest with some wheat up there, so I can get some of that stuff out of my storage. I'll store it up here. Wolves and pigs here, and so I'll put some little chests with carrots and zombie flesh up there. That's so much freaking zombie flesh from the spawner, or the XP grinder rather, that I'll cart some of that over here and fill a chest up for breeding wolves with. And then up here I'll put, I think I planned out 3 chests, one for saddles and armor and leaves, another for like sugar, because they're easier to tame if you feed them some sugar, and then another for golden apples and carrots and stuff like that, which you use for breeding. But yeah, ooh, and I meant to, while I was up there, let me one quick. And to fill this window in. I think I actually need to do the other side too, right? Yeah. So we'll fill these in. Considered leaving them open, but since I don't have the full across thing, you can't really like peek out there, so not really worth it. We'll just fill it in. And there we go. So now, I said I wanted to do kind of a poured cement kind of floor. I've got some materials here. So pull that out. So we did a bunch of smelting. Well, we built a smelter last episode. No, last episode we did wandering. So 2 episodes ago, I guess, we built an auto furnace. And so with that auto furnace, we were able to smelt up a bunch of the cobble we had stocked up. In fact, we're kind of low on cobble. I found a little bit in the chests over at this XP grinder. I was doing some, last episode we were doing some exploring, and I basically destroyed my armor. So needed to replace that a little bit. So I was spending some time at the XP grinder, enchanting some armor, getting some experience, things like that. And I was cleaning that out a little bit too. I had a bunch of chests over there from construction, and I found some cobble and stuff. So I brought all my extra materials over, so I did find some cobble, but previously I had smelted it all into smooth stone. And I was like, well, crap, I don't have cobble. Just kind of a strange material to be low on. But, so basically, I'm not going to do all this right now, but let's do the main entrance. Well, not the main entrance. I think of the sides of more main entrances as this is just kind of like, well, this front was boring, let's put an entrance in here. But let's do this. Well, let's see, this is going to be dumb. I'm going to put all this smooth stone down. Well, I'll go grab my silk touch pick here in a second. I think I've got one of those. So basically, this smooth stone gives you kind of the poured concrete look. And let's, don't want to leave the grass in there. So we'll do this section here, and then I'll do the rest of it on my own. And bada bing, bada boom. All right, so take this out. Alrighty, so 1 second. I forgot. In creative, I threw down smooth stone and then kind of added texture after the fact, but I don't. Silk touch. Gimli. Oh, I do have Gimli still. I thought I lost him. Must have put him in a chest and forgot about him. I don't need these at the moment. Alright, so what we do then. So kind of like over here, I don't like doing like a simple path. This is a little more broken up than I would probably like. I'll probably update this a little bit. But you know, this has multiple different stones. They've all got the same kind of color, so they go together very well. And so to give some texture in here to the floor, and we're going to want some dirt too, now that I'm thinking about it. So to add some texture, so maybe we'll take out a couple of these here just to kind of see how things go. Maybe this here. these, and then maybe like that. Alright, so we took out some smooth stone, and then we will, so I'll go through and I'll be like, well, let's make this cobble, and this is going to be gravel. In creative, I didn't really use the stone bricks. I grabbed that, but I probably won't use that. We don't need it. Maybe another cobble there. Make this. Maybe make that gravel. There. Make this one cobble. So I'll just play around with this a little bit. And I don't really want to do an overabundance of gravel over here, so I'm actually going to turn this one into cobble. Let's grab this. Thankfully, none of those became flint. So yeah, that's basically, you know, it looks better in creative. I'll go through and I'll take some time and do that. But basically, so that's just to give some. You know, probably I'm going to throw some dirt in here too, kind of like it's a little bit broken up, like outside. Just to, let's see, I did it all on the same side again. But yeah, just to add some texture. You guys know how it is. So adding some texture in there, so it's not all just plain. I will call it here for today. I'll finish the rest of this. Actually, no. I want to show it to you guys finished today. So give me 1 second. I'm going to finish this up, at least just to get the floors filled in. I might play with it afterwards, but I'm going to get this filled up, bring the animals over, and then you guys can see this whole thing in action. So I will see you guys in just a second. Alrighty. Alright guys, so we are pretty much done. A little bit of detail work I'll probably do, but I think for the most part we are good to go. I always like to play with things a little bit later on, but so basically we're done though. So we've got the nice hay bale, you know, look up here. Got our sheep and our cows in. Brought in a couple of every horse. These are the horses we originally found. You usually see them wearing gold and or iron armor, but I figured while they're hanging out in here, they can be in a little more natural state. They can take their armor off. So those are our original horses. Have to actually eat now. I realized I was like, why isn't my health going, or my hunger going down at all? I was accidentally in peaceful from when I was doing stuff in creative. It was a build episode, so it didn't really matter, I guess. But switch that back up. We're now back on hard. So we've got these. We've got a couple of our white horses. I only brought in 2 of each of the horses. And I've got the rest of them still up in the pig pen. As you can see them up there. I'll mess around and figure out which is the best of the horses I've got. And then I'll keep those for breeding purposes. Still a little bit of grass in here. Fresh out of hay. I didn't want to tear this stuff down, so I'll harvest some more wheat and get this filled in. But it wasn't critical, so I figured I'd bring it back in. Got Pongo and Brigida here. These are our original 2 wolves. I dyed all my collars, so I know for a fact these are the 2 wolves we found. Got a couple of barn cats hanging out in here. Better in here than in my house, so I brought a couple of them over. They didn't really need their own pen, so I'll leave them up in the rafters or something. They'll be fine there. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm kind of proud of this. I think it looks pretty cool. But let me know what you guys think. I'll be doing some minor touches, and I'll get the chests and stuff in here, and that'll be all. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the stable design here. Yeah, so again, let me know what you think. As always, I've been Tortimer the Gray, and you guys have been great. And if you've enjoyed the video, go ahead and throw a like at me, and subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, I love this horse's look, so I'm gonna use him for now. Just open this up and ride on out. Leave it open. There's not another horse in there with him. But yeah, I'm going to ride off here. I'm probably going to go over and do a little bit more grinding at the XP grinder. And get a couple more levels built up. and I will see you guys later. So have a good one, and yeah, see ya.